Our first comedian is absolute proof to the adage that things are larger on stage than they appear in otherwise life. Please welcome my good friend, comedian Alan Hohf.
Well, here we are at the Hermit Club. Who knew they had a club? I thought they all lived under underpasses. This is a pretty nice joint. This is better than I'm used to. I live in beautiful North Ridgeville, little town west of here. You know, the tanning bed and tattoo parlor capital of Lorain County. You wait till we get that fireworks store and hit the hillbilly trifecta. We're ready. And we don't mind the fact that our town motto is, if you hear banjo music, drive faster. And so what if most of our residents think Gazpacho was Pinocchio's dad? Only bad thing in North Ridgeville is the cops. Me and my twin brother were riding around in his Mini Cooper the other day. Yeah, you like that picture, don't you? You should have been in the back seat. They pulled us over and said, okay, all 6 of you guys, get out of that car. Well, I've just recently, I'm in my 50s now. You know, turning in your 50s, things change. What I want to know is, when did 50-year-old women get so good looking? Remember before I used to go to the mall, you look at the mother and daughter teams, and I want to know what grandma's doing. Bad thing about turning 50 is you get to know your doctor on a first name basis, and he looks in holes you never knew you had before. One great thing about turning 50, I got a grandson. I do. I got my first grandchild. He's half Chinese and half Polish. There's nothing wrong with that, but when the poor kid goes to school, he's going to study like hell and still get it wrong. My daughter don't like that one. Now that I'm in my 50s, I got to take care of myself. You may not notice because the stage will actually put 40 or 50 pounds on you. But if you kind of use this for a comparison, I'm kind of caloric challenged. But you know what? I didn't have any education in that. You know, for the longest time, I thought cholesterol was a seasoning. I'm looking for the butter bacon flavor, you know? But I knew I was in trouble. I went and got my passport the other day, and I looked down where the picture was. It said, continued on other side. But I got a way to help myself out. I went on this new vegetable and wine diet. Eat all the veggies you want and drink all the wine. So far I've lost 30 pounds in my driver's license. So I decided to get some professional help. I went to go join a health club. What's the first thing they tell you when you join a health club? Wear loose-fitting clothing. Do you think if I had any loose-fitting clothing I'd give a damn about the health club? Well, summer is finally over, as we could tell if you walked outside today, and I'm glad. I hate the heat. I sweat when I swim, you know. So this summer, me and my wife, we went on vacation. We went down south. If I had my way, they'd put a fence around that place and charge admission. We went to Arkansas, where the state motto is literacy ain't everything. It's also the home of the Bill Clinton Presidential Library, the only presidential library with a ladies' night. That's right, make fun of Democrats. We won. Another thing about Arkansas, Little Rock has a fabulous zoo. It does. They got a wonderful information packet about the animal you're looking at, plus a tasty recipe. You just had a little plate of that, didn't you? One great thing about the South, though, is speed limits. It's like an expiration date at Mark's. You know, it's only a suggestion. We did a local thing around here. We went to Cedar Point. Cedar Point has changed from when I was a kid. Remember at Cedar Point, you used to have that cartoon character would stand, you know, with his arm out. If you were this tall, you couldn't ride the ride. They got the same character, just moved its arms. Cedar Point is against the caloric challenge. If you're a fat midget, you just wasted $45. You're stuck on the train all day. The worst part about that is they got a test chair, you know, to see if it works. And then, I think whoever designed that test chair must have been from the OJ jury, because they got a big sign above it. If your ass don't fit, you don't ride shit. So there I am at Cedar Point riding a train with a bunch of fat midgets. People thought we were an attraction. Well, are you happy the election's over? I mean, I don't care who won or lost. I'm just so happy it's over. You know who's the saddest guy out there? Joe the plumber, because he's back working the electric eel and being a turd wrangler right now. But one quick thing here about in Cleveland, did you see where they were fighting about the convention center? We're still fighting about that. But did you notice on the news they had a news conference from the Baghdad Convention Center? Did you ever wonder what they held there? Taliban on ice? Al-Qaeda Palooza 2000? The Jihad Tour? And my personal favorite, the annual convention of liquor and convenience store owners. Yep. Well, since I'm starting off and we have a lot of comics, that's about the end of my bit, but I'm going to leave you with one final joke. Most great comedians, when they do a set, they'll save their best joke for last. It is something that they hit it with you, hit you with it, and you're going to remember them forever. That's what great comedians do. As far as myself, thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure.
Give it up for Alan Hohf, boys and gentlemen.